Alright guys, welcome back here to LJ Reactions. I tried to get to the WWE video. It's 7 o'clock. I had some stuff I had to take care of. So, this video I was thinking about doing this for a while. I wanted to get more information about the Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff. How they're going to run some stuff, okay? So far Paul Heyman, so far on Raw, same old, same old. SmackDown was decent this week. But I've been wanting to do this video for the last couple months. I've just been thinking about all the processing movement that I wanted to do. Now, this video, you can see by the title, what would I do to fix WWE? Now, after the break, you guys get whatever you want to get. Something to eat, something to drink. I'll lay out my whole plan of how I'll fix WWE going forward in the future. So again, get whatever you need to drink, whatever you need to eat. This will be a lengthy video. Get all my issues out here and what to do going forward to fix this company. So catch you guys after the break. Guys, welcome back to the channel. Now in this video, I'm going to keep it as current as it is right now with SmackDown moving to Fox. I'm not going to say, oh, keeping SmackDown USA Network. Keeping it as is right now, Raw's on USA Network. There's no issue with moving Monday Night Raw from the USA Network. It's one of the highest rated shows. Still weekly, even though with all the issues Monday Night Raw has, it's still probably the highest rated show on the USA Network. SmackDown moving to Fox, no problem with that. Hold on guys, I'm put my phone on silent before we do this video, because you guys saw in my Flash video, that just quickly happened. So again, I'm keeping SmackDown moving to Fox. Now, as far as NXT, we're going to factor NXT into this because, again, as of right now, going forward, they'll be going head-to-head with AEW. I don't know if Vince McMahon's going to change that or if he's going to keep it that 8 p.m. time slot. But again, AEW will be a 2-hour show. So I don't know if Vince McMahon's going to change that or keep it to Wednesdays move NXT to Tuesdays. But this is my vision. This is my plan. First off the bat, to fix this issue, back to two commentators. Three people is too many. As so far in AEW, as you guys can see, they're trying to find the perfect pairing for Jim Ross. Some of them have worked, some of them have not worked so far in the first couple of shows. To me, 2 people commentator booth is enough. You do not need 3. Hell, you don't need fucking 4 people to commentate for your company going forward. To me, 2 is enough. Let's fix this issue first. Monday Night Raw. We've heard Michael Cole, he's actually wanted to retire. He's actually wanted to work backstage more. But again, Vince McMahon, for whatever reason, thinks Michael Cole's a perfect person. Listen here, I have nothing against Michael Cole. To me, it's about the person in your ear. The person in your ear is Vince McMahon. Look what happened to Mauro Ranallo when he moved from SmackDown to NXT. What happened to Mauro Ranallo? He sounds like he's freedom, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to sit here and just bash Michael Cole. Because again, it's about the person in your ear. And every time if Michael Cole was running NXT, if he was down there in NXT during commentary, I think Michael Cole would sound a lot much better. But again, it's about the person in your ear. Now, you got to be able to handle that pressure, in my opinion. So, to me, Corey Graves, Tom Phillips run Monday Night Raw. To me, Tom Phillips and Corey Graves were a good pairing in NXT. They worked really good in NXT. I think Tom Phillips and Corey Graves could do really good. And I think they could do really good together on Monday Night Raw. Now, as far as SmackDown. Now, I don't know if Vince McMahon's going to be more focal on SmackDown, whatever, on Monday Night Raw when this movement happens. But for me, to me, Mauro Ranallo is he's just what you want your company to sound like. If I'm flipping the channel to something, I hear this guy on commentary, I'm like, oh shit, this guy sounds fucking good. Who commentated most of Floyd Mayweather's biggest last couple of fights? Who was on Showtime Network? It was Mauro Ranallo. Mauro Ranallo was the commentator for, if you guys did not watch if you didn't watch Mayweather versus McGregor, the lead commentator was Mauro Ranallo for the fight. So Mauro Ranallo can do a very, very, very good job when he's given the opportunity. You see what he does at NXT. So for SmackDown, Mauro Ranallo, Nigel McGuinness. That would be my commentary team. And again, you're flipping the channel, all 4 of those guys would be good at what they're doing. So, Michael Cole can go work backstage. Renee Young, she fits backstage. I mean, come on. She fits backstage. Does she fit on Monday Night Raw? again, it's about the person in your ear. So I can't completely bash Renee Young. It's about the person in your ear. But for me, going forward, 2 people works best. As for your interviewers, Renee Young, she does great as an interviewer. Leave her as an interviewer for Monday Night Raw. SmackDown, if you want to move Charlie Caruso or Kathy Kelly, whoever you want to put back there, or Byron Saxton, who go back and watch Byron Saxton's work at NXT as being an interviewer. He did a great job. So you put Byron Saxton back there. Now, as far as these titles, I'm doing a draft. Official draft. This is no floating back and forth for shows. This is no floating back and forth. There's no wild card rule here. The only time you'll see us taking it back to the old school days, people as it used to work. The only time you would see the other brand was SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. That was it. There was no cross branding, nothing unless you were doing Survivor Series build. So back to the old school. SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Rumble, Mania. The only time you're seeing the other brand. So I'm going back to a draft. Now, to me, I know a lot of people say one champion works the best. Now, if we're going back to the draft board where everything can be drafted completely, I mean, going back to one champion floating between both shows, I mean, it's your own opinion. But for me, I have no problem with having 2 champions. Your WWE champion. You know what? Matter of fact, scrapping the Universal title. Bring back the World Heavyweight Championship. Listen here. I don't know what was so wrong with the World Heavyweight Championship. To me, the problem was you took it as a joke. That was a real problem. Okay? You took it as a joke, and then eventually you got rid of the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't know why. Bring back the World Heavyweight title. Eric Bischoff brought the World Heavyweight title back when Triple H needed a championship. You know what? Matter of fact, bring back the World Heavyweight Championship. If you want to, you can put that on SmackDown. That'll be nostalgia for people from the old school days. Like, oh shit, Eric Bischoff brought back the World Heavyweight Championship. Oh shit, something might go down. So if you want to put the WWE title, goes on Monday Night Raw. The World Heavyweight Championship goes on SmackDown. And you have your draft. Now, would I want to include NXT superstars? Yes, you can include NXT superstars in the draft. I have no problem with doing that either. But, again, give the option for NXT to bring somebody down. If you want to take Adam Cole and Undisputed Era, okay, NXT's like, okay, I want the extension. Give me the extension. Give me the Authors of Pain. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to do I'm going to do the draft thing, I'm going to let NXT get some talent too. Get this tape from NXT and purge, even though Triple H does a great job with. Somehow, every single time somebody leaves, you're like, who the hell's this guy? This guy's fucking good. So I know Triple H could create more new stars, but again, it'll be fair. If you're going to purge, let me purge too. So I'm having the draft. NXT can also pick people if they want to too. So again, World Heavyweight Champion on SmackDown, WWE Champions on Monday Night Raw. IC Championship, where it should be, on Monday Night Raw. Keep the IC title on Monday Night Raw. SmackDown, keep the US title on SmackDown. If you want to. Now, this is the only thing I might do this. Because WWE has fucked this up. So, one second, guys. I guess I'm a drink. This is the only thing that I would have floating. Because WWE has fucked this up so badly. Like, how many tag teams are they really in your company? Let's see if we can name the tag teams. They're actually used. The Usos, Revival, Viking Raiders, New Day. If you want to call Dan Bryan, Eric Rowan the tag team. I'm trying to think. Heavy Machinery. I think that might be everybody that's actually used. That's like actually being used on TV. So you have 6 teams that you actually use on television. Is that enough to do a brand split tag team division? No, it's not actually not. So the only thing I actually might have float shows would be the tag team titles. Women's, get rid of that shit. I'm getting rid of the women's tag team. Because you guys don't use it properly, so to me, there's no point in having the women's tag team titles. Again, men's tag team titles would be the only thing I have would be able to, that you could float shows. Because again, you haven't built up a tag team division where you could be like, Let's split them off. So the tag teams will be the only thing that will be able to split. They'll be able to be cross-branded. Will be the tag team titles. Again, women's titles, tag team titles, getting rid of that. Now, as far as the women, again, same thing with the men's tag team titles. You fucked up to the point where you see the same people week after week on TV. You don't feature these people here on TV. Like, for example, Ember Moon. You just randomly said, you know what? Because we're going to do Charlotte Flair versus Trish Stratus, if you guys have not known that. Charlotte Flair will be facing Trish Stratus at WrestleMania. Not WrestleMania. Maybe 2. She might face her at WrestleMania 2. No, but she's going to face Trish Stratus at SummerSlam. See what I mean? They can't have Charlotte face some random person. She's got to face Trish Stratus. So, Ember Moon was only being featured on TV because, again, you're having Charlotte Flair face Trish Stratus. So, same thing with the women. You've not built up the women to the point where you could afford to have split brands. But at the hang of it, in my company, I think Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman would be able to manage and make these women utilized. So I'll keep the women for the 2 belts. Any other tag team title? I mean, any other belts? The 24/7 title. I mean, I would get rid of it because again, you're having split brands. So get rid of the 24/7 title. As far as the titles, have I fixed everything so far? Yes, I have. Okay, again, we have the split draft. The only belt that's going between shows will be the tag team titles. As far as the pay-per-view schedules and the pay-per-views, TLC, Hell in a Cell, Stream Rules, canceled. That shit's canceled. That shit's taken off the show. We're not having those shows whatsoever. Far as the pay-per-views, now this is going to be me going off the top of my head. I'm not going to be able to keep these in order. It's just me. WrestleMania, to me, has always deserved to take place the first week of April. I have no problem with it being, this year's April 6th. But to me, I just miss WrestleMania being like the first Sunday of April. That's how I used to love going forward. So, hope we'll keep it that way. After WrestleMania, to me, man, just going back through WWE Network on history, Backlash felt like it was a big fucking deal. Even though you pretty much had rematches from WrestleMania, but it felt like, oh shit, something's going down on Backlash. Like, one of my favorite moments from Backlash was that this was after WrestleMania 2000, when Triple H kept the belt. So it was The Rock versus Triple H at Backlash after WrestleMania 2000. It was The Rock taking on I think it had Shane McMahon. You had Pat Patterson and the Briscoes. You had Stephanie McMahon out there. The Rock was facing fucking literally everybody trying to beat Triple H for the fucking belt. And Stone Cold was supposed to be in The Rock's fucking corner. So, The Rock was like, okay, he's going through the match. Austin doesn't show up. The Rock's like, alright, fuck it. Going in this fucking alone. So, Triple H had just hit the pedigree on The Rock. Vince McMahon had just hit The Rock over the head with a steel chair. You're like, Jim Ross is on fucking commentary saying, not like this. The Rock can't end like this. And you literally hear the glass break. Again, I was at Monday Night Raw this week, and hearing that glass break, it's just fucking goosebumps. And I can just picture it right now. Stone Cold coming out, the fucking building lost their shit, bro. Like, that was, to me, that's the loudest Stone Cold Steve Austin pop I've ever heard. Go back and watch Backlash after WrestleMania 2000. Listen to that pop that Stone Cold had. That literally is the biggest Austin pop I've ever heard. So, he used to get real shit like that on Backlash taking place. One of my other favorite moments from Backlash was John Cena versus Shawn Michaels versus Edge versus Randy Orton in a fatal 4-way match for John Cena's W title. This was after WrestleMania 23. Go back and check out. That was a good Backlash too. You had big matches take place at Backlash, and for whatever reason, Vince is like, fuck Backlash, that doesn't matter to me. Let's make it Extreme Rules or make it Stomping Grounds or whatever the hell it is. Bring back Backlash. So I'm bringing back Backlash, and that will be a Raw pay-per-view. And then, I don't know why Vince got rid of these. Again, going PG, I think. Vince McMahon said, fuck this. Going PG, we can have these pay-per-view names. Judgment Day. Judgment Day was also one of my favorite pay-per-views, and literally, my favorite match from Judgment Day, if you guys not watch this either, John Cena versus JBL I Quit match. Holy shit. That was a great match itself from Judgment Day. That was a great match. Another great moment from Judgment Day. If you guys not seen this, it was I think it was Shawn Michaels was a special guest referee. It was The Rock versus Triple H. I believe it was a Iron Man match. I think it was an Iron Man match. And The Undertaker returned as the American Badass. The first time as the American Badass. And he ended up costing The Rock. He ended up costing The Rock the WWE title at Judgment Day. Again, another big moment at Judgment Day. SmackDown will be Judgment Day. Now, let me go through this in calendar month because this is going to be crazy to keep remember all this stuff. But I trust you guys. I trust you guys to remember this in the chat. So we have Backlash for Raw, SmackDown for Judgment Day. Alright. So April was WrestleMania. May would be Backlash. Hold on. Yeah, we got this right. May would be Backlash. June would be Judgment Day. Again, and also I'm keeping this one pay-per-view a month. Because again, that's another thing. Damn, see you guys here. It's raining here in Tampa. It's been raining all day. But I missed the build over time. Like, you can't just rush things. Like, 3 weeks until SummerSlam. Make me care about this. No. In my schedule, you're going to have matches that mean stuff. So I'm keeping the 1 month build. June. Now, as far as June, what would it be a great pay-per-view to bring back for June as a Raw pay-per-view? That would be a great question because, again, I didn't write all this. This is just me going off the top of the head. This is just pure me going off the top of the head. That's because July I'm going to have Great American Bash. July will be Great American Bash for me. You know what? So we're going to do. June will be Bash at the Beach. As it still will be a summer theme. So why not put June, Bash at the Beach, a old school WCW pay-per-view for Monday Night Raw. So June will be Bash at the Beach. I keep you guys will be writing this stuff down in the chat so I can remember too. June will be Bash at the Beach for Raw. July, the Great American Bash. 4th of July, Great American Bash. Why not? And also, go back and watch. I believe that was at the Great American Bash. I think it was Eddie Guerrero versus JBL. I believe. I might have to go look that back up. I think it was a Texas Bull Rope match. Or was that Judgment Day? Either or. That was a great match from JBL and Eddie Guerrero. Texas Bull Rope match. So July will be Bash at the Beach. SummerSlam. Now, you would have 1, 2, 3, 4 months. 4 months. Raw and SmackDown would have not touched each other for 4 months. First time seeing each other since WrestleMania SummerSlam. Gosh, people. Vince McMahon, I don't know why you fucked this up, man. This is pure logic. SummerSlam, cross-branded pay-per-view. September. Now, as far as September, what would be a great pay-per-view name? You know what? Because October, for me, October will be, this will be for SmackDown. SmackDown will have Halloween Havoc. September, now, this is what I actually would do. For the last week of September, I'll make it Bad Blood. Because the last week of September will be going to October, which will be Halloween Havoc. Now, you catch that? The last week of September will be Bad Blood, and then Halloween Havoc. Now, as far as November, you have Survivor Series. Don't need to say nothing else. Now, December, I don't know why Vince got rid of this pay-per-view either. December would be New Year's Resolution. That was a great pay-per-view. To me, that was what John Cena lost his belt to Edge after Elimination Chamber. Memory, people. January would be Royal Rumble, of course. You're not changing nothing. February will be the last pay-per-view until WrestleMania. I'm giving a month build towards WrestleMania. February would be... You know what? Actually, you know what? We'll keep the Elimination... You know what, actually? We'll keep the Elimination Chamber. We will have the Elimination Chamber be a cross-branded pay-per-view. That'll be the only other cross-branded pay-per-view because, again, it'll give people the last chance to win championships going into WrestleMania. So, Elimination Chamber will be the only other cross-branded pay-per-view will be Elimination Chamber. Now, you tell me you cannot build this up? This would be great. And then, as far as NXT shows will still take place at the big 4 pay-per-views. As far as your pay-per-views the night before. NXT does not need a change. Does not need a change. As far as that, guys, what else would you need to do? Now, as far as the ratings, you still could have a PG show and doing this. Again, if you're giving me a month in advance to prepare for a feud to make me care about this, for example, let's just say, for example, we do have a feud right now. For example, let's keep this. Drew McIntyre versus Cedric Alexander. If you gave me a month build for Drew McIntyre versus Cedric Alexander, you're telling me I will not get invested. But if you're just going to throw a feud for 2 weeks at me and like, care about this shit? No. But if you give me a month, and maybe even a month and 2 weeks to build to get me invested, maybe I would care. For example, Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. I have zero interest in that. Why? I've seen it. I didn't like the feud. Second, it's the same thing as we already saw before. Seth Rollins will probably lose to Brock Lesnar going forward. But you give me a month in advance. You have split brands. It could work. Now, as far as the draft, again, the draft would be the night after WrestleMania. I would shake things up immediately to get the fans to care. Because it's the night after WrestleMania. Might as well do the draft after WrestleMania. You shake things up immediately. Boom, boom. Starting fresh. Night after WrestleMania should always be a reset button. Not the week after WrestleMania is the reset button. No. The reset button will be after WrestleMania. As far as the drafts, will be one draft a year after WrestleMania. There should not be a draft after SummerSlam. That would be a stupid idea. So, you guys, comment down below what you think of my idea to fix WWE. I think that would work. But do I think that would happen? I think Vince McMahon will probably still... Listen here. What do I think will happen? I think when SmackDown moves to October... It's to me, I don't know what else you're going to see difference. Maybe Vince McMahon will be more focused on SmackDown because it's on Fox, which is, to me, it's a bigger network than USA Network. I'm sorry. Fox is the bigger network. What would happen with Monday Night Raw? Will Triple H have a little bit more control over Monday Night Raw that Fox is on SmackDown's on Fox? And Vince McMahon might go take care of Fox more? Who knows? But what I think will happen, again, we're not going to see no change until Vince McMahon is either dead, unfortunately, or if he says, you know what, XFL will have my main focus. I don't know, people. To me, it's just not looking good going forward to the future. I mean, like, look, for me, for example, I told you guys, I went to Raw Reunion only to see Stone Cold Steve Austin. If Stone Cold Steve Austin was not on the Raw Reunion, let's just say they would have brought in all those legends, and there was no Stone Cold Steve Austin on that logo, I would not win. I would have saved my $400, people. I'm being real. There was nothing on that show, even though to see John Cena. I've met John Cena before. So, that's not like, I'm going to go spend my $400 to go see John Cena. I met him before. No. Stone Cold Steve Austin is still your biggest star ever in your company. And he still is the more... That's sad that saying Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins... I'm going to keep it to people who are actually wrestling right now. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Samoa Joe, Braun Strowman, Becky Lynch, Bayley. Who else you want to name? They have no impact on me. They did not move the needle for me. They did not make me buy a ticket to watch Monday Night Raw. They didn't. Stone Cold Steve Austin, a guy who has not been in a wrestling ring since WrestleMania 32, made me buy a ticket. And that's what? That's 4 years later. He made me press the B button. He made me press the Apple Pay. He made me. Not Seth Rollins, not Roman Reigns, not Samoa Joe, not Becky Lynch, not Bliss, not The Revival, not the Usos, not Hulk Hogan, not Ric Flair, not Sergeant Slaughter, not RVD, not Kurt Angle. Stone Cold Steve Austin made me buy those tickets. And going forward to WrestleMania, will I go to WrestleMania? I probably will, but I will not spend... Listen here. If there's no matches that give me the oomph, I will sit mid-level. I will not say I'm going to shell out $2,000 to sit front row. No. Unless you tell me Undertaker, The Rock, Stone Cold will be there. Then I might spend a little bit more money. But that's sad that I have to say that. The Rock, Stone Cold, Undertaker have to be there to make me spend more money. Vince, hopefully you change going forward. I don't think Vince is going to change going forward. I don't know what we're going to see going forward. Maybe Eric Bischoff. Maybe Paul Heyman get a little more control after the XFL. When XFL starts. I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know. You guys comment down below. Did you like the changes that I would make? Or anything else? Maybe you might change a couple pay-per-views. Maybe you wouldn't bring back the World Heavyweight title. Maybe you would have more split brand pay-per-views. Maybe you do not have any tag team belts. Maybe you just say NXT is also the third brand. And it should be on main. They should split with NXT roster. Or you would cancel NXT and just have all of NXT people move up. You guys comment down below if you like the video. Comment down below. Subscribe, people. I'll catch you guys later here. Tomorrow, actually, because this will be the last video for today. I'll catch you guys tomorrow here on LJ Reactions.